So hello, it's been a while since I've uploaded to my YouTube. I'm back with some new content for you. I'm gonna try and keep it more consistent. I've just had a really busy time this last few months. Loads of stuff going on and loads of amazing opportunities and loads of amazing progress with my TikTok. So if you do follow me on TikTok, if you do follow me on TikTok, you probably already know this, but I got myself an 812 Superfast to accompany my Aventador SVJ. So yeah, I picked this up 6 days ago from Dick Lovett Ferrari in Swindon. It is a pre-owned car, tailor-made, very low miles. I saw it, I wanted it, I was like, I need it. And it's such a coincidence because I was talking to my friend Ish, who's seen on this channel before, about getting a Ferrari, and I wasn't sure which one I wanted to get. And I was like to him, oh, I really like the 812 Superfast, and maybe I'll get that one. And then on the same day, my Mercedes-Benz dealer, Tom, who sold me the G-Wagon, gave me a call, and he was like, I've got good news and bad news. I said, what's the bad news? He said, oh, I'm leaving Mercedes. I was like, no! And then I said, what's the good news? He was like, I'm moving to Ferrari. I was like, yes! So yeah, ended up getting a Ferrari for him. This was his first sale at Ferrari, and it went to me, and it took him a few WhatsApp messages to pretty much sell the car to me. I checked it out, I looked at it, I wasn't sure, I thought it might be priced too high, but then I was like, you know what, when you want to do something, just do it, don't hesitate. That's what I did with the SVJ, and I'm so glad that I did. So I thought, let me get this 812 Superfast. So I'm gonna walk you around the car in this video. I'm gonna show you some of its features and show you some of its cool bits. I'm not gonna take it out on a drive because it is very frosty outside, and I picked the worst day to record this YouTube video. But I will get some content for you in the future, and stay tuned, subscribe to the channel if you want to see that. But yeah, let's get into it with my 812 Superfast. Like I was saying, this is a tailor-made car. The color's viola. Sorry, I'm thinking about purple because you know I love purple cars. The color is blue electrico. Again, that's a tailor-made color. It's got tons of metal flakes in it, and depending on what angle you look at it, it can sometimes look as if it's a lighter blue or darker blue, or sometimes even purple, which is really cool. It's got the very essential painted badges. It's got this painted stripe on it, which is the tailor-made option straight out the factory. So this stripe is hand painted as well as the badge. And it goes all across the car to the rear spoiler lip there. I've got the yellow brake calipers to go with the yellow on the car, and ceramic brakes, all the generic Ferrari stuff that you get with Ferraris. It's got the adaptive LED headlights, carbon on the front splitter, carbon on the front intakes, carbon on the side, as you can see, and also carbon on the rear diffuser, which is an amazing single piece of carbon that goes all the way around. And the flap here is painted in blue electrico as well. It's not carbon, but I think it looks better like this because it really brings together the car and the lower bumper, which is nice. And black ceramic exhausts, tinted lights, tinted windows. I'm not sure what else it's got on the outside that I can explain, but yeah, it's pretty much, again, a tailored car, so a lot of these options aren't standard factory options. I'll show you the option plate in the back, which explains all the options on the car. As you can see, I have it on trickle charge right now, same way I have my Lamborghini on trickle charge, just to keep the batteries healthy and maintained, especially in this very cold December weather. I'll show you the inside of the car now. Ferraris have amazing keys. I really like the look of it. It really makes it feel special compared to my Lamborghini, which is just like an Audi key repurposed. And then you can unlock the car here. Does that annoying beep every time to let everyone know your car's open. But yeah, this is the interior. As I was saying, it is a tailor-made car. So on this carbon sill here, you have the tailor-made badge. So they are taken off the production line, the normal production line, and then they've got work done on them in a separate section of Ferrari. I've got the blue logo on the headrest, blue stitching in the middle. This is blue electrico as well, so it matches the outside, and blue detailing all the way throughout the car, as you can see there, and carbon everywhere, literally. Even on this rear section, I love the carbon seats in here. They're molded so well. It looks like a racing harness is supposed to come out of here. I wish it did, but at the same time, I didn't want a racing harness. But yeah, I've got the loading deck here. It's also got blue stitching on it, and blue stitching on the 812 Superfast there. Let me get inside. Garage, it's not that cold, but it's still cold. It's not as cold as outside though. Anyway, I've got, yeah, carbon all throughout the interior, as you can see there on this section. Ferrari, there's carbon here, The only place on the interior that hasn't got carbon is this handle and the loading bench, but I think the loading bench is better without carbon because then it doesn't scratch. The handles would have been nice in carbon, but I've seen on my Ferrari app that you can option that after purchasing the car, so I might option that. I've also got the passenger display, which is there. If I press ignition on, I won't turn the engine on, but just ignition on. This passenger display boots up. It takes a little while compared to the rest of the infotainment. I know the car will probably prioritize these because when you're ready to drive, you want to go. Maybe this only turns on when the engine's on. Let me see if I can turn it on. There. Nothing happening. Yes. Let me try again. There you go. So the passenger display just pretty much mirrors what you see here, and it just shows the passenger what's going on in terms of performance, what drive mode you're in, and other cool bits. You can set navigation destinations, and you can see what kind of music is playing or which songs are playing. You can see what radio station's playing as well, which is pretty cool. I like the fact that they didn't put a screen here because there's nothing to distract you, but I think a screen in a Grand Tourer is kind of essential these days. Similar to what they did in the GTC4 Lusso, I think a screen would have probably worked equally as well as the way they have it now, if not better. The CarPlay usually comes up in this left screen here, as you can see. It takes you through this tutorial every time you start the car. I need to actually deactivate that, but I haven't got around to doing that yet. So yeah, normally I would have my speedometer here, and this is my sat nav, and then you've got this nice yellow dial in the middle, which is also an option. As you know, with Ferraris, everything is pretty much an option, including this steering wheel, the LED strips and the carbon. That's an option. Like, everything's an option in a Ferrari. Basically, you get the engine and you get the shell of the car, then you have to option everything else. But yeah, this is the interior of the car. I love it. It's a very comfortable place to be. These racing Daytona seats are actually very, very comfortable, and I wasn't expecting them to be. And I've done long distance journeys in this now. I've done a 2-hour journey and I was completely fine and I enjoyed it. It's a great place to be. And I've got acoustically insulated and heat protective glass on the front. I'm not sure about the sides. No, not on the sides. Single glazed, as you can see. But yeah, on the front, so you don't get a lot of wind noise, which is nice. And then also keeps the car warm when you leave it for a while. But yeah, this is the inside of the car. Again, it's an amazing place to be. Got these nice, cool little cup holders here. You've got some storage space here. The fact it has CarPlay is amazing. You've got this here, which sometimes confuses me. I let my wife drive the car the other day as well, and it confused her. So every time she wanted to go, she kept pressing auto, and I was like, no, you have to press the shifter to get it to go. But it's weird because they put reverse here, and then auto, and then launch, and it's like, this isn't used very much. I understand this is, but I feel like there should be a drive here. But it's like the Lambo where you just click here to put into drive. But yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's just me. I think I'm just bugging out for no reason at all. But yeah, this is the inside of the car. Like I keep saying, Alcantara on the roof. Let me show you the engine bay actually. So let me ignition off before I kill my battery, even though we are on charge. Let's show you the engine bay. This is the engine bay of my 812 Superfast. I'll talk you from some specs right now, but as you can probably see, that is a V12 engine. And it's mounted really far back, so they call this like a mid-front engine. So all of the engine is behind the front axle, and that's done for weight distribution. Funnily enough, this car weight distribution, despite how it looks, is actually 53% rear bias, which is very interesting. And that's obviously because they've got a trans-axle with the axle sitting, the gearbox sitting, or transmission, sorry, sitting on the rear axle for weight distribution. Which is interesting with the dynamics of the car because you don't expect it to be as darty and as pointy as it is, but it's very, very pointy. This engine puts out 800 CV of power, which amounts to about 789 horsepower. All of that power goes to the rear wheels. This is a rear wheel drive only car, so it can get quite squirmy if you're not prepared for it. And it's a fun drive because of that. It puts out 718 Newton meters of torque. Naturally aspirated engine, so that torque comes in at the higher revs. It's not like a turbocharged car or like the DBS I was driving a few weeks ago, where the torque just surprises you at like 2,000 RPM and gives you a heart attack. The exhaust system is amazing as well. It sounds really good in the higher revs, but as all Ferraris do, the valves are open on startup, then close straight away, and then they only open again when you start to climb higher in the rev. So I think I'm going to fit a valve controller to this car, similar to the way I fitted one to this car, so I can open the valves when I want. Just so I can hear and enjoy the sound of the engine. It is a glorious sounding engine though. I'll try and get some clips of it, or I'll insert one that I recorded earlier because again, it's very cold outside. I'm really trying to put the car outside and I'm not really in the mood to start it right now, which is ironic because I'm always in the mood to drive and start cars. But yeah, so far this is my car. let me show you the back. I haven't showed you the trunk actually. There's a lot of storage space because it is a GT car. You're gonna have to excuse the fact that I've left the cover in, that I haven't taken it out since taking delivery of the car. But this is the rear of the car. As you can see, this low deck, it actually does fold up and that folds down. So you have tons of storage space here, enough for several carry-on luggages. And then you can put some more back there, or you can fold that down and put some big luggage in here as well. I think you get probably 1 or 2 big luggage, flight luggage containers in there. I got these free hats that they gave me at the dealership, which was really nice of them. They didn't have to, but I suppose when you're buying a £287,000 car, they might as well throw this in. And that brings me on to the price of the car. So this car, as you can tell, is very optioned out. It's a very high spec car. I paid £285,000 for it, which makes it one of the higher priced 812s that was on the market. Even if you look now, prices range from about 240 all the way to about 330. When you get to 330, they're like pretty much similar, but just very different colors with a few more options here and there, and I didn't really need those. This is the color I wanted, and when I saw it with the yellow stripe, I just fell in love with it. So I was like, yeah, I need to get it. So yeah, I paid $287,000 for this car. Was it $297,000? It was one of the two. But I paid high twos for the car. And I've enjoyed it. I think it's worth every penny because I've taken it out on drives, and it's like kind of like driving an Aventador, but more comfortable and more practical, which is nice. And I just feel like I could daily this if I want to. I'm not going to. Obviously, I have my Taycan outside, which is charging right now. As you can see, the cable's running there and outside. But yeah, no, it's an amazing car. I'm going to bring you tons and tons of content on it. Anything you want to know about the car or anything you guys want me to show you, I will do. This is just like a quick overview, and I just wanted to say to everyone I got an 812 Superfast to go with my SVJ. So I'm going to be driving this more and this less, just so I can, you know, ease up on the mileage on this. I bought this car earlier this year with 200 miles on the clock, so it was like on delivery mileage, and now I'm on like 6,000 and something. So yeah, I've driven that a hell of a lot. So at least this will, you know, divide up the mileage between the two cars, and it'll give me something different. And you know, if I want to do something that requires something like a cruiser, I'll take this. If I want to do something racy, I'll take this. But yeah, any questions, let me know. I think I've pretty much spoken about everything to do with this car. It is an amazing car. It drives amazingly well. It's got 4-wheel steering. It's got tons and tons of electronic assistance that will help you to keep the car on the road. One thing I don't like about the car is just the variable steer on the steering wheel. So basically it assumes the amount of steer you need. So you can turn the wheel a little bit, and depending on how fast you're going and what the car's doing, it will either give you a lot of steer or a little steer, but sometimes it just feels a bit uncomfortable. And it's really hard to do a U-turn in this car because even though it has 4-wheel steering, I think that's very performance orientated. It doesn't really help you at the lower speed corners, which is quite frustrating. Whereas I can make certain turns in this car, I can't make them in this car, which is funny. Even though this car's smaller. But yeah, everything about the ride is just amazing. Like honestly, when you put it into bumpy road mode, even in the worst road conditions, the car just stays really comfortable. Sounds nice. I haven't checked miles per gallon yet, but since I've had it, I've probably done about 200 to 300 miles. And I filled it up probably once in that time, which is really good. It came with a full tank of petrol anyway, but since then I filled it up once more. So yeah, it's a little bit better than the Aventador. And yeah, I don't know. This car's amazing. I just went off the cuff to do this video, but anything you guys want to know, I will record for you, and I will show you my Ferrari 812 Superfast. Oh, I said I was going to show you the option plate in the rear of the car. The car's fully PPF'd as well, which is nice. I think Topaz did it. I think it is a Topaz car. I was even talking to them about it, and they said they think it is as well. Just because of the way the PPF is, you can't see any of the seams, which is really impressive. But if you get up close, you might be able to see it here. You might be able to see a seam. I can feel it, but you probably won't be able to see it. But yeah, let me show you the option plate in the back, actually. I said I was going to show you, but I didn't. So my option plate is here, and as you can see, there's tons of options on here. Ferrari showed me a few of these on the day, and basically this text is so small because it has so many like special equipment options, and it's got tons of other basic options as well. But I will get some videos driving this. I will show you around it and do like a proper like owner's review in the coming weeks. It is very, very cold right now. This is rear wheel drive, so I will not be taking it out today. I'm supposed to be going to the launch of the Ferrari SUV today, and I'm gonna probably end up taking my Taycan just because the Taycan's four-wheel drive and not trying to kill me every time I get in it. As you can see, this car is in wet mode right now because yesterday was very icy and I took it out, which I won't be doing today. But yeah, that's my car. Anything you want to know, let me know in the comments below. Like and subscribe and whatnot and all those cool things. Follow me on TikTok at Tommy Music. I've been doing loads of TikToks recently, and I'll be doing more like YouTube shorts, translating my TikToks onto there as well. But yeah, this is my 812 Superfast. Welcome to the collection.